how we are, how life is short and how every day we have so much opportunity and every minute counts. So love that. Thank you, Les Brown. All right, so this meeting is being recorded, as I said. In today's agenda, like normal, we are going to recognize some top agents. We're going to look at some profitable tips and tricks. We're going to skip really the news and announcements that we typically look at from like Kaiser News. And today, the news and announcements are going to be surrounding our vendors. This meeting will be a little bit longer than normal. We're asking all the presenters to keep it, you know, if you can, to 8 to 10 minutes so that we don't keep anyone longer than an hour total. And so with that, we're going to just get going. All right, like always, we love to recognize our top agents, and because we're a little bit short on time today, what I did was just combine the ancillary and major medical. And so what we have in order for total production, in third place, Andrew Orlikoff was at 20,616, awesome number for not being in open enrollment. And then in second place, 30,904, Claude Washington really kicked it up. And if that is the second highest producer, let's see who the top producer is. Really, really great numbers here. Dave Deswitt, amazing. This guy is always killing it. Love him. 41,987. He is so phenomenal. So way to go, Dave. Way to go, top producers. We're so excited to have you on our team. And we're still going to do a profitable tip today, very relevant to today's topics, and be at the right place at the right time, and we know that that's AHCP right now. To drive leads, you need two things: a half-decent marketing plan and a strong leader to make it happen. Awesome. So today you guys are going to find out exactly how to do that, exactly how to have that, and you're going to be so excited that we've done all the work for you. So let's meet Steve Tratner. Okay, this might be Pierce Brosnan, but in my mind, this is how I picture this very dapper, amazing new president of ours. And so, Steve, why don't you come on, tell the group a little bit about yourself and why you're excited to be here.
Well, for one thing, I'm hoping that I can regain my hairline like Pierce does. Thank you, everybody. I'm excited to be a part of AHCP, partly because it's got some really interesting history, and there's a lot that we can do to continue to grow and earn your business and grow as not only as a corporation, but in partnership. I've been spending the last 2 weeks and a day talking with a lot of our brokers and hearing, I think, some common themes. One of which is that we do have a little bit of work to continue to strengthen our position in the marketplace, things that we can do to help brokers do more business, make sales a little more simple for you, and bring to the broker community packages of products that are more competitive in marketplace and pay higher commissions. So I'll be continuing to reach out to all of our brokers. And by the way, if at any time you want to drop me a line, my email is steve@ahcpsales.com. Feel free to drop me a line at any time or call me. I'll respond with some times that we can actually spend a good 30 minutes catching up or more. And I'd also like to work on some other projects. Carolyn and Sherry are doing a phenomenal job with our Elite program and bringing some really interesting and effective tools to our brokers, and I want to continue in that path. But if there's some other things that we need to do to help support your business, whether they're unique tools, leads, innovative marketing strategies, that's what we're here for. We want to be your back office, whether it's providing those tools or perhaps even call center support, marketing campaigns. That's what we're here for. So I wanted to keep this brief because I know there's a lot to cover today. But as I said, I'm excited, and I'll be here to be your partner for the long haul. Thanks.
Thanks, Steve. And you know what? I have had the pleasure of getting to know Steve over the last couple weeks, and I can't emphasize to you guys enough how amazing he is, what a great leader I know he's going to be, and he's going to bring everything that AHCP needs to really soar during this open enrollment and beyond. So really warm welcome, Steve. We're so blessed to have you as our new leader. Okay. So what do we have? We're going to begin today. Mark Overstreet is our rep with one of our exciting vendors. I want to remind everyone to please keep themselves muted until it's their turn to talk, so we don't get reverb and all that other stuff. But Mark, can you hear us okay?
Yes, can you hear me?
I sure can. That's wonderful. And so just a quick introduction. Mark Overstreet is somebody that I've known for actually quite a while. He's done a great job with the service that he's bringing to us, which is called Contactability. We're going to get to know all about it. And the message that I take away from everything that I've learned from Mark, and I've actually used the service, I have agents that have used the service and they're so pleased with it. They're converting so much higher. And basically what the service does, you guys, is that you purchase your leads, but Contactability is going to intercept them and make sure that you have more connectability and that you have more conversion. So you're going to connect with your leads faster, stronger, and gain more positive outcomes, which is the goal. So that's my summing up of it. And so Mark, I'll let you take it from here.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone on this call today. It's a privilege to be considered one of the teammates. And again, we're just another tool in your tool belt. And that's what AHCP is trying to bring to you guys. Now, with contactability, everybody knows when you buy leads, the most important thing is being the first one in on that call, because many leads obviously are shared, and they could be shared up to 8 folks. So the typical numbers that we see is if you're the first one in, you will close that deal probably almost 8 out of 10 times. So that's the key. And if you're calling within 5 minutes, you increase your opportunity to reach that customer by 500%. One of the things that we'll do, we'll integrate on your behalf with your lead vendor. I know one of them, I believe, is Precise, and we're integrated server to server, which means I'll actually have that lead of yours in our system dialing it before it reaches you by email. And that's critical when you're talking about contact rate. So what we typically will see is about a 25% increase in initial contact rate using this type of service. And again, the more you get, the more you're going to have an opportunity to actually have a resolution on that lead. We'll actually identify those bad leads, and then you can request for refunds. So we'll make the initial call and then up to 9 more attempts, so a total of 10. And then in between those calls, we send out automated emails that we actually have embedded images, so you'll actually be able to, if they open your emails, and when they reply, they go right into your inbox. Karen, can you get the next screen? Again, our service has been around for several years, and the biggest thing is the speed of contact. Within the first 60 seconds of that lead being generated, all that. And again, that's the point I try to make with agents, that if you're that first person to call, you know, you have a much better opportunity than trying to come in after maybe 7 or 8 other people have called them. If the agent's busy and cannot take that transfer when we get him on the phone, then what we're going to do is come back to that potential client of yours and then actually try and set up an appointment, all right? Because with live operators, you know, you have that opportunity for us to engage with your prospects. And then we'll set that appointment up based upon the Google Calendar in your agent center with us. Again, we're going to make those 9 follow-up call attempts, 3 to 5 emails. And again, these are automatically set up, so you don't have to do a thing. You sit back and let us do the heavy lifting, all right? So in that first week, you're going to obviously have a lot of attempts on that. Now, the thing that I like about this program as well is we have a lead manager. Many people have to pay $60 to $200 for a lead manager. This is included in your package with us. So our CRM was built by an insurance agent for insurance agents. And again, this is part of your package, and you can continue nurturing your leads with an email manager and many other actual tools that will help you be more successful. We have reports and analytics. Again, we track the open emails, and all the data we have on each lead, you'll know when we called them, when we sent out an email, if they opened the email. All that data is transparent, and then we'll help you return bad leads with less hassle because we'll identify very quickly on that. And then once we identify that, we move it to a different file for you to request refunds. And how it looks, or how it works, is contactability. We connect to your lead through your traffic sources, whether it's Precise or any other lead vendor. We integrate with hundreds of third-party applications and set it up fast and easy. No software for you guys to install and no training. You can actually add this very simply. We respond. What we simply do is we get that number, we dial it, then we transfer it over to you. If we can't get that person on the phone after we try to engage, then we set it up for another dial attempt. We typically will make 2 to 3 on the initial day, and then a couple more phone calls each day. And usually 4 to 5 days, we've actually hit our number of contacts for your leads. So again, it's all about engaging those prospects, and that will turn more revenue into your office. Now, nurturing. This is where you'll use your lead manager because, again, a small percentage actually close initially. You have to continue nurturing those leads, and that CRM will give you the tools to do that. There's an email manager. You can send out emails with 2 clicks of a mouse. A lot of opportunity for you to continue typing in notes, setting appointments, reminders, and things of that nature. All are in your CRM. And then again, the transfer. Once we establish contact with your prospect and we verify there's interest, we just directly warm transfer it right over to your dedicated line. Many people use their cell phones, and they actually put a ringtone to it. So when we call in, they actually know it's contactability. And again, if you're unable to take that transfer because you're selling right then what we'll simply do is get back on the line and then try to set up a callback for later that day or the next day, according to that consumer's availability. And again, our proprietary calendar system organizes and schedules and sends you out reminders, which I think is a great tool. Retain. Prospects become customers. They're moved into what we call our retention campaigns, and this is where your email manager will help you stay in contact. You can utilize the system by optimizing cross-sell opportunities as well, gain better insights from your office performance, and optimize revenue-generating channels. And again, one of the things that we talked with Carolyn as we were negotiating using our service with your agents is that we're going to have what we call a responsive website built for you guys. And responsive just means that if they're on an iPhone, that your website will optimize to the screen size of that mobile device, whether it's an iPhone or a tablet. And we try to drive all the traffic from your leads to your site, which I think you'll find very, very attractive.
And then, real quick, guys, what's great is this website's free to you while you're paying for this service. So let's just say, you use the service for 6 months out of the year, and then, you're trying some other marketing. One of the questions that we had was, what do we do if we loving our website, but we need to take a little break from the service and come back to it? What happens to our website? And there is the opportunity to keep it live. Why don't you just talk real quick about that?
Yeah, what you can do if you decide that you're going to go a different way with your marketing dollars. Obviously, if you like, you can keep that customized website, and there'll be a monthly maintenance fee for us to manage your site. And I think that's pretty much in any question when somebody buys a site. There's a monthly fee to maintain that and to keep it up and current. So, but that's all an opportunity for you guys. If you decide that you still want to use that, it's available for you. And Carol, let me just briefly tell you a little bit about our history. Lev Borinsky was an 8-year premier Allstate agent in Columbus, Ohio, and he actually sold his agency not too long ago. But as he was building his agency, he was building his own sites, creating his own traffic for his leads. And we started a very large lead vending company called InsuranceAgents.com. You might have heard of that in the past. I had thousands of agents that were buying our health and life leads before we sold it to Bankrate. We sold our business to Bankrate about 3 years ago, and as a result, we got into contactability, which was something we were going to offer to our 40-some hundred agents that bought leads every day. So as a matter of fact, we've been in this space for almost 10 years in generating leads, live transfers, and it's something we do very well. So we're looking, very, very forward to the future here, especially now with our new program. Again, very quickly we were spotted many times on the top of Inc. Magazine's fast-growing companies as a result. But as I always tell folks, you know, the proof's in the pudding, and that's why with us there is no contract for the agents. And Gary's going to go to the next screen. It'll show you the price for our contact concierge pricing and packages. The two that we usually use the most, guys and gals, is premium. It's $199 per month. We have live operators. We will work up to 100 leads a month for you. Now, I've negotiated, again, a better deal with Carolyn. We'll make up to the initial call instantaneously, then 9 more attempts, just like I would on the ultimate plan. But you can see that you have the lead manager as well. Now, the ultimate plan, especially during this season when open enrollment starts, is an opportunity for you guys to obviously make more contacts, and that's $299 a month. And we'll work up to 200 leads every month for you. You'll get the initial call, and then 9 follow-up attempts, and then you'll have, again, your 5 email attempts as well with your lead manager and your web page. So those really are the two that I see the agents, you know, with AHCP using. Now, obviously, we have a premium and a basic, but those are the two that I've identified that would be the best for you. And again, if you look at the premium at $199, that essentially that's a $2. You add $2 to the cost of your $5 or your $8 lead. And with the ultimate, it's adding a $1.50 per lead. So it's a little better price point for you. It gives you a little more opportunity to have a greater success with your leads. And primarily that is everything, Carolyn. I'm not sure if there's another slide.
Oh, there is. I'll go through a little bit. You did such a great job. Thank you so much for explaining this, you guys. And this is somebody who really knows this business. I've personally known him for years. I mean, what I love about this is, let's face it, you guys, we've started a small business. We have to invest in ourselves, and so often we get some marketing, but maybe we don't know how to use it well, or we don't use it appropriately to get our response. And so basically what Mark is saying is, look, if you really want to connect to these people and you really want strong conversion, you have to be honest with yourself. Are you going to call each lead, 10 times? Are you going to really keep a strong log of follow-ups? Probably not. And that's not because you're not good at what you do. It's because it's the truth. You're human. It's tedious. It's not what you're great at. You're great at selling. And so sell more. Now, I have researched some lead costs, and right now it looks like Precise and All Web Leads have the best rate. All Web Leads is offering just under $5. And here's the thing, guys, you don't have to worry about feeling like, oh my God, I hate calling leads. Okay, no kidding, everybody hates calling leads, but that's what's great. They're calling them for you, so you don't have to worry about if it's a shared lead, and you don't have to worry about feeling like you have to buy exclusive. They're transferring you only interested people, so you're taking that aggravation out of the mix. Now, what we're going to look at is, we really think the $199 or the $299 package is the best, because it all comes down to volume. So what, I think the slide is at the end. I'm sorry, guys, it might be out of order. But what you want to think about is this, conversion. So you're going to sell about, if you do the ultimate package, what we've seen, and I think Mark agrees with this, is that you should be looking at enrolling about 2 a day if you're strong, and you keep strong in your process and stick to your schedule. Is that accurate, Mark?
Yes, that is.
Okay, so most of you guys are going to be earning a commission of, just on the health, around $500 for an individual sale annually. But most of you also are good cross-sellers, and we work a lot with that. And we have a lot of great products for you to cross-sell, which takes up the commission to about $1,000 a year. And obviously more if it's a family or larger, but that's just the basic. So if you're doing 2 of those a day, and you're able to do that, which your cost on that's going to be somewhere between $1,200 and $1,500 for the month if you're doing this package, okay? But the amount of money you're going to make in that 3 months is crazy. I mean, it's like $80,000 in 3 months out of the year, so you can make more money in 3 months than you can make all year round, but you can't do it alone. You need to pick a strong marketing partner. I really recommend these guys, especially during your open enrollment time. If you want to sell individual health and under 65, there is no better, in my opinion, program out there. But for AHCP to onboard this as a vendor option, we need some of you to get into it and work with it so we can have some of our personal agents that are contracted with us using it and reporting back. So we are going to be offering a sign-up sheet today. You'll receive it in your email, and if this is one of the ones that you would like to try, let us know. You can use your lead credits with it. We have to do it manually. Sherry and I will help you do that, but we want you to try it, and we want to help you by letting you use your lead credits. Those of you in the elite program may have some even additional credits to use. So all right, with that, thank you so much, Mark. You did a fabulous job.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, now I want to welcome Joe Sanchez. I love Joe. He is somebody I've met recently. I've been in this business my whole adult life, so I have a ton of friends and partners in this business. And one of the groups that I did a lot of work with in the past told me about this voice leads, and they told me, oh my God, Carolyn, we're closing 50% of all the leads we buy, and this is great for agents who like life sales. Now, most of these customers are between the ages of 55 and 75 years old, and that's primarily because of the way that Joe and his company acquire the customers. So you're going to sell a lot of final expense and a lot of term with this. That's what you should be expecting. So if that's the business for you, we're going to look at what they're offering and what you can expect to gain on your return on your investment. So welcome, Joe.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you so much. I appreciate the invite, and it's a pleasure to be a part of AHCP. And, we're here to help you write more business in the field, and that's what this is about. It's helping agents be more productive in the field. And one of the hardest parts about selling life insurance is finding a good lead company to work with. As you can imagine, I receive calls, I hear stories all day long about agents navigating the sea of dishonesty on the internet, getting taken. We're a vetted lead source. We serve over a dozen of the largest FMOs in the country, and you can depend on us to handle your marketing so you can focus on selling. And with that being said, again, my name is Joe Sanchez. I'm the owner of Voice Leads, and hopefully our future partnership with AHCP will allow them to provide you with a trustworthy, reliable lead source while getting a nearly 45% discount off our street pricing. If you're looking for productive life insurance leads, you don't have to look any further. You don't have to navigate the sea of dishonesty on the internet, we're here to help you. So with that, we have two lead options to choose from. There's a voicemail lead, and then there's an appointment lead. Okay, as you can see here, the pricing. This is all the street level pricing that's on the internet. And then you guys would get a 45% discount off that. So your 10 voicemail leads would only be $225 versus a $350 mark. 15 leads would be $315 for the voicemail leads. And then for your appointment leads, we'll get into that more, but you're going to get a discount as well on that. So let's talk about the voicemail leads. Two types of service. We have the voicemail lead, we have the appointment lead. With the voicemail lead service, basically what it is, it's going to be an audio message of a prospect who speaks their name, their phone number, asking to be called back. They're going to want more information about life insurance. They're contacted by us. They opt in to receive more information. The lead is delivered by email to you within 5 minutes after it's generated. You can literally call the person back, set an appointment for that afternoon, go see the prospect, write the prospect, fax in your business that night. And if you're working with quick issue carriers, you're going to get paid that week. as soon as it's approved. Our clients prefer these leads because you're essentially returning the phone call of prospects who left you a message to call back. When you call back, they're going to be warm, receptive. Best of all, they're going to know why you're calling. Unlike, typically with life insurance, people like mail leads, internet leads. The people, when you call our leads back, they're going to understand it's about life insurance. They're not going to think it's about a benefit, a program, something free, and things of that nature. So why is it better? Number one, you get to listen to their prospects speaking to you before you even call them back. They're going to leave their name, their phone number. They're going to ask you to call them back. It's intriguing. It eliminates the uncertainty. It's better than looking at a piece of paper, going off an Excel list of leads. You actually get to hear this person before you call them back. Leads are generated on demand in less than 24 hours after a purchase. So we're not going into a vault and pulling these leads out. We're generating them for you in real time, custom for you according to your order. So again, when a lead is generated, you get that lead 5 minutes after it's generated. The nice thing about it, when you call people back, they know why you're calling. They know it's about life insurance. They're not confused. Again, you're returning their phone call. They ask to be contacted by an agent. They're told to have a life insurance agent contact you within 24 hours to speak their name and phone number, and that's what they do. The speed of the way we can complete orders is within 24 to 72 hours. Our regular customers love putting orders in on Monday, knowing we're going to start them right away, and by Wednesday, their orders are complete. They're setting appointments Monday through Wednesday, and then, Thursday through Friday, they're like Pac-Man going in the field and closing everybody, going on all the appointments they set. So, it's better than like a direct mail lead where you're waiting 4 to 6 weeks for the cards to come back, and then when you get the cards, no one remembers filling anything out, and, blah, blah, blah. We pushed the orders out, the last half of the week you're out writing business. And then, it's a better program. It's approved for you guys, so you have that protection so you can focus on selling. So, next slide. And then the appointment setting service. So this is another service we offer where we'll actually do all the lead generation, all the prospecting, and then we go a step further where we're actually setting the appointments, and then we're maintaining your online calendar. Some agents are too busy, especially the big hitters. You guys are busy out right in the field. You don't have time to set your own appointments. So this is a concierge service where you can delegate that to us. We'll set your appointments. It takes the stress away of having to fill your calendar. You're going to be sitting at the table with people that want to discuss life insurance. Above and beyond that, there's going to be great cross-selling opportunities where you can't sell health insurance. You sell someone a life policy, you can do an oh, by the way, and sell them health insurance. So if you can go back to that one slide, I just want to hit on this. Typically it takes agents about 3 to 4 leads to set one appointment. So no matter what leads you're working with, depending on the type of lead, the average is about 3 to 4 leads to set one appointment. So if leads cost an agent about $30, the agent's paying roughly about $90 to $120 to get into the home. So just keep that in mind as we talk about that. Agents are already paying about $90 to $120 to setting their own appointments.
And I can attest and tell that I have friends using the service, and we're so used to being disappointed by lead vendors, but the responses that I've heard personally are, I can't believe how great these are, they were amazing, they kept me busy, the people were expecting me. I mean, really great stuff. So this is real stuff, guys.
So with the appointment setting service, it's a solid life insurance appointment with an interested prospect. Before going on each appointment, we call them sits. Before you go on a sit, you're going to have the person's name, the time of the appointment, the address, their age, their smoking preference, medications they take and what for, and then we'll confirm they have a banking account. So once we do all that, we're going to set your appointment. Once the appointment's set, we make them grab a pen and a piece of paper, come back to the phone. We'll give them the agent's first and last name. We'll give them the phone number. And then we make them repeat that back to us, okay, to make sure they wrote it down. And then at the end of the call, we say, listen, Johnny Agent's coming out to see you, Mrs. Smith. He's going to, our appointment's at 3 o'clock. Promise me if something comes up, you'll call you'll call Johnny and let him know you won't be there. You promise me you can do that? So we'll make them promise, you know, to call the agent back. And a lot of times what that does is that really reduces the no-shows, and these people will, you know, 65, 70% of the time call you and just cancel, which is great because you don't have to drive out there and waste any time. So one thing we do differently is 60% of these appointments are going to be same-day appointments, which is fantastic. I mean, we'll call in the morning for you, and typically by 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon we'll get the first one. You know, then we'll do a 4 o'clock, then we'll do a 6, maybe even an 8. I mean, you can expect to go on 2 to 3 appointments a day, and 60% of them being same-day appointments. You know, we're setting the appointment, and then, you know, 2 to 3 hours later you're knocking on the door. So it's very effective. You know, it's very in your face. I mean, there's no way for people to wiggle out of the appointment. And then we won't set an appointment no later than 24 hours out. So if it's 48 hours out, we won't set it. It's either the same day or it's going to be the next day. And then once we do set an appointment, we share an online calendar that's pretty nice. You know, it's through Google Calendars. And when we do set an appointment, you're going to be emailed, and it'll be viewable on any internet-enabled device, so your smartphones, your laptop, and it's pretty neat. So with the appointment setting service, like I said, you can go on 2 to 3 appointments each day, Monday through Friday. Agents average about $3,000 to $6,000 annual written premium off 6 appointments. So like I said, agents pay about $90 to $120 per appointment they set, plus time. Your time is money, guys. Always remember that. With our service and the reduced pricing for you guys, it's going to be $85 per appointment with a minimum of 6. The thing about the appointment setting service is we try to keep the quality very high, so we only take orders per available telemarketers. You know, if our telemarketers are taken for the week, we can't accept any more orders, and we'll run a waiting list. We do run a waiting list a lot, so if you ever do get a slot, don't make the mistake. I see some guy, I'll ask people, hey, how did it go? Oh, great, you know, I wrote a bunch of business. I said, well, do you want to continue for next week? Well, I want to wait till the business gets issued and da-da-da. That, you know, pile on it. If you had a good week and you got in a slot and you enjoyed it and you went out and you wrote business, don't stop, because you could lose your slot. Maybe someone else would take it. But, you know, my theory is keep piling on. If you had a good week, something worked for you, pile on to it.
So I can help talk about this a little bit, yeah. So, I added this in to give you guys an example. Like, I've talked to a lot of agents that, you know, they're not going to focus on the open enrollment stuff. They want to do more life insurance, or they want to do something all year round that is more focused on ancillary. But this is also a really great slide for thinking about, you know, open enrollment is 3 months of your year. What are you going to do the rest of the year? So here's an example. An average premium out there for this type of insurance is about $650 a year. Your average commission, it just depends what carrier you're going to write. They're all different, but they're typically somewhere between 80 and 100% commission rates. Now, your voice leads are going to convert on average at about 50%. That's what I had put in my notes. Is that still accurate, Joe?
Sure, definitely.
Okay. Okay, so let's say that you guys bought 25 leads, which I have the rate here a little higher. I didn't have the exact discounted rate that HCP was going to get, so it's going to be even less than this, as we know. But even at their regular pricing, not the HCP discounted rate, if you converted what is expected, you would have 12 sales. Let's say that you did 80% was the commission rate. That means you're going to make $6,480 annual commission on that. Now, you might not get paid it all at once, because most of these carriers pay a 6 or 9 month advance, and some of you like to just get paid as earned. But that means if you were to do this, and you were to do it every month, that just making, you know, converting 12 and doing that all year round, that's $77,760. So for those of you who are out there going, I don't know if I want to stay in this business, I don't know if I love major medical anymore, or I just want to find something else to do, imagine supplementing your major medical commission with this. Now you're well over $100,000 a year, and for most of you who I've talked to, you've said, just show us how to do it. So here we are showing you bringing you an option. We're asking you to please try it so that we can make it even easier for you to use in our e-agent back office. So hopefully you guys are as excited about this as me, because I think that this is great, and I'm so happy that we are able to work something out with Joe Sanchez.
Sure. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. If anyone has, and just the last slide here, just no call states would be Indiana, Florida, Oklahoma, and South Carolina. Everything else is open. You know, writing life insurance is it's a great way to make a living. You're going to have a lot of cross-selling opportunities as well. So if you have any questions, you know, let Carolyn know, and then you can get in contact with us, and we can go from there. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. At this time, I want to welcome Chris Cunningham. Chris is going to talk to us about selling group or using group insurance leads. We have so many agents that are excited about the defined contribution opportunity. We've done a lot of training on that. For those of you that want to learn more about that, I would be happy to get you some training. We have some recorded training, but basically what agents are having success in doing is working with business owners about ending their group, their true group, and providing individual policies to their workers. And we work with a third-party administrator called Task that makes this all compliant and legal, and we've found that it's saving business owners up to 40%. We have some really great tools for you guys on this, some Powtoons that you can send out to your customers to give them an idea of how great the opportunity is. But the very first step in the game is finding people who want to know more, and Chris and his company specialize in exactly that. So Chris, come on and tell us a little bit about you and your business.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Carolyn, and thank you for the introduction. And wow, what an awesome time to be in the health insurance business. You know, I'll tell you, I got started in the health insurance business back in 1992. And, well, we've seen premiums, well, heck, in the last 15 years, less than 15 years, we've seen premiums increase by more than 300%. But in the last year, we've seen a, and of course, you know, premium increases are not expected to stop. Everybody on this call knows that. We're looking at, for group rates, we're looking at expected $7,000 for single rate, $20,000 for family by 2016. We're seeing plenty of, you know, we're seeing that kind of rates out there here and there throughout the country already. But the problem that we're seeing out there, the health insurance is the second largest business expense for the average small to mid-sized business. And the cost of health insurance is ranking as the single biggest problem facing small business owners. More than half of all business owners, small business owners, you know, under 100, and certainly under 50 employees, state that the issue is critical. Only 6% state that it's not a problem. We're seeing the steps that employers are taking to control the cost of their health insurance. You know, if you look at the job reports, you look at the Federal Department of Labor's Wage and Statistics Bureau, in a typical year, more than 80% of people hired in the United States, more than 80% of new jobs are full-time jobs. Last year, and in many of the job reports this year, roughly 20% of those people hired were to full-time jobs. So employers are taking the matters in their own hands by reducing the number of benefits-eligible employees. And of course, that's having an impact on the employers and certainly our economy in general. Employers need a better solution to this problem. And quite frankly, you have it. Now more than ever, business owners need the help that you can provide them with. AHCP helps insurance sales professionals with the insurance products, the training, the tools, the technology to be successful in this new kind of group to individual market. AHCP enables agents to help their business owners defeat their biggest problem, which is that the rising cost of employer coverage and their employees, while making coverage more accessible and more affordable to family members. I think most people on this call are already aware that if an employer offers group health insurance, it blocks the employee's family members from getting coverage on the exchange. In many states, like for instance in North Carolina where we are, what we see, you look at the typical census, and you'd think that every employee at the company was single. The fact of the matter is most employees, they can't afford to pay for the family's group health coverage. And with health insurance premiums going through the roof, as we all know, they can't afford it on the individual market now either, unless they're able to get the subsidies. And when the employer offers group coverage, the employees are blocked from getting subsidies on the exchange. So when the employer discontinues that group coverage, well then now the employees are able to get coverage for their families. Incidentally, typically after subsidies, it's roughly the same cost, sometimes less, to add the family members than it was for just that one employee. You know, it's a funny graphic, and oftentimes we can feel like this when we're out there meeting with the business owner, and they've got a problem, and we know we have the solution, or more so, we know we have the solution. We know employers have a problem, and we just don't know how to get to them. And we're calling them on the phone, and you know, and to them we're just another salesperson trying to provide them yet another quote for the group health plan, and they're happy with their sword and their shield, and you know, you've got a machine gun to help them with the fight. So if you can change that, Carolyn. Despite the fact that agents typically despise telemarketing, despise getting on the phone and setting appointments. And let's face it, the better one is at sales, typically the more they despise getting on the phone. Or they might think that they're good at getting on the phone and setting appointments, but they just have the hardest time getting themselves to pick up that phone. We promise ourselves over the weekend we're going to do it, and on Monday morning comes around, and you know, we find all types of other excuses to clean our office or whatever else we need to do. But we know that telemarketing remains the best way to get in front of clients. Intelitech's been telemarketing and setting appointments for some of the top producing employee benefit professionals in the country for almost 10 years now. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. And our clients typically see as much as 1,000% return on their marketing investment. And that's exactly what this is a marketing investment. So what we do is we schedule meetings with employers who are interested about how you can help them, both their company and their employees, to reduce and control the cost of their health benefits. Businesses with 10 to 50 employees are what we're targeting for AHCP agents. Those tend to be the best and the easiest prospects to work with for this market. The employers have agreed to meet with you at their place of business on the specified date and at the specified time. Meetings are guaranteed to occur. So in the event of a no-show, or if there's a refused meeting, if Intelitech cannot reschedule the appointment, it will be replaced for you. So you're only paying for those where you got to actually sit down with the employer. Appointments are set in the counties of your choice. They're set based on your schedule. And you will have direct access to a campaign manager here at Intelitech. So anytime you have any changes in your schedule, you can communicate that with them. These appointments are set for you. The prospects are expecting you. Appointments are not shared. They'll never be resold. There's no such thing as a B lead here at Intelitech.
And then this was the this was my, hopefully I'm thinking of it right, Chris, but this is how I converted it to the excitement, which is the money that these guys will be making. So
it is exciting, isn't it? It's what better way to get in front of so many employees? You don't even have to sell the employees. All you have to do is sell the employer. And when you can show the employer that you can save the company money and save the employees money and enable their family members to get coverage, it really is a no-brainer. And what you will hear from employers, if you're not out there doing this already, what you're going to hear from employers is, why wouldn't I do this? And then they schedule. You come in and you sit down with each and every one of the employees there at their place of work. And what I'm seeing is I'm seeing plenty of employers who are picking up 100% of what's not covered by the subsidies. I'm seeing that probably most often. And then we see plenty of companies where they're saying that they're telling agents that they were planning to discontinue their health insurance anyway. And agents are asking, well, if their health insurance is just too much, and agents are asking, well, if you could name your price for health insurance, what would it be? Would it be $100 a month, $150 a month, $200 a month? An employer says $150 a month. Well, congratulations, that's how much your health plan costs now. Well, then they just have to work out the logistics. But it really is, that easy once you get the employer buy-in. And then typically you have employer money to help the employees with their to get their health insurance.
Yeah, and you guys, this is great because Chris has been so phenomenal. Some of you on the line maybe know we had a pretty bad experience with a prior vendor, and not because the vendor is a terrible vendor, but because their confidence and their expertise was more in the commercial leads, like the one-on-one individual business. And this is a whole nother ball game, getting in front of business owners and being able to get through the gatekeeper at these businesses just is really, really hard. And Chris and his company have become experts at this, and that's why they're able to do this at this rate. Now, some of you on the phone might be thinking, oh my God, $130 an appointment, that's crazy. Well, typically they're sold at $150, but AHCP loves you guys so much that they've pre-purchased appointments, and we're looking for agents to buy them in groups of 5 to get out there and get in front of some of these business owners. Now, what you make on these sales obviously is up to you. Not everybody cross-sells. The people that don't cross-sell are crazy people that don't love making money as much as I do. But I love to make money, and so I always cross-sell. Plus, I know for a fact that my customers that I'm talking to haven't done a great job on making sure that they have, some money to access in the event that, they become, sick or injured for any period of time, that they don't have a way to pay their mortgage, their utilities, their groceries, and we know that. And so we're really passionate about making sure that every program that they purchase includes that in it. We have some really slick ways to help you present that. We have some presentation tools that we've customized and built ourselves for those of you that want to learn more about it. But the best thing here is Chris was it was a big deal for him to offer this at this rate, and we're just so incredibly thankful and so incredibly excited because the agents that are using his service, we know are converting. They're getting their appointments within a week. They're getting out there, where maybe the original vendor we tried was really affordable. Who cares? Nobody could get out to see their customers, and when they did, they were really low budget. And you know what? We decided this is the way to go. We want you guys to have great success. We're investing in you. We're investing in your future. And we hope that you will be excited as we are to get out there and do this. And I want Chris to say one thing about this. I've had a lot of agents say, well, is this good during open enrollment, or should I wait? Why don't you talk about that a little bit, Chris?
Carolyn, I think it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter whether it's open enrollment or not. What's fantastic is you're creating open enrollments all year round with this program. When an employer decides to discontinue their group health plan, when they make that decision, all of the employees qualify for a special enrollment period. So it really makes really no difference as to whether we are in July or we're in December. It really makes no difference. And one thing I do want to point out, though, on this screen, it says here the average size is 10 members. And what we're finding is that the median employee size on these is approximately 20. Now, that doesn't mean every single one of the employees have health insurance, but I'd say probably on average about 18. If I had to put a number on, I'd probably say about 18 employees with health insurance on the average group. So 10 is kind of the minimum, and you'll have groups, as many as 50 employees, sometimes a little higher than that. We try to keep it under 50. But yeah, your income potential is really double what's on the screen right now.
Amazing. I love it when I'm wrong in a good way. Okay, so we'll have a few questions. Let me see what else we have here. I think I have a few more things. Um, let's see. I want to read one question here. Can we sell these companies on the marketplace, and will there be any training from AHCP on selling small business on the marketplace? Because if they allow us to come in and sell their employees, don't they get a tax break for offering to help their employees get health coverage? Okay, so what we're talking about here strictly is the defined contribution. That's what the training that we developed is about. If you are SHOP certified and you want to sell real group to these, go for it. There's reasons why we engaged first in this market. It's because our agents historically are comfortable with the individual market. Most of our agents wanted to find a way to continue to sell in the individual market, and this allowed them to do exactly that. For those of you that are comfortable and want to be successful in the group market, AHCP is not going to stop you from that. These leads can be used for that. And the excitement on the individual side is there's really just more money to be made, and it helps you stay in that demographic that you've always been in. So that's the purpose, that's the reason. But certainly get SHOP certified if you want. We're not going to be at this time doing a ton of training on it. If you want to schedule some one-on-one training with a particular insurance company, Sherry Blackwood will be able to arrange that for you, and you can learn about their group products. But you know, we are an agency that focuses primarily on the individual market. That's what we've always done. That's our comfort zone. That's our bread and butter. And so I hope that that answers your question. And then the closing rate, somebody asked, what is the closing rate? So the conversion is high. It depends on, you know, when it is, and the sales cycle can be a little bit longer, because with a group sale, when they're going to make changes and how they're going to make changes, a lot of times depends on their fiscal year and other things like that. So, but the closing rate's pretty high, because if you go in there and you say, I'm going to save you definitely at least 10 grand, plus there's going to be some tax savings or whatever, so maybe your total savings is going to look like between 15 and 20,000. Most business owners are going to say, all right, show me how. So I can't speak exactly to the conversions because we haven't done enough of these internally at AHCP. Agents I'm talking to are converting, you know, they're converting high. Do you have any data on that, Chris?
Yeah, thank you, Carolyn. You know, that's really all over the place, and that's going to be the same with any lead or appointment source, because every agent is different. And what we see, you know, we have a lot of agents who are, you know, really, you know, they're closing better than 50% of the companies that they meet with on this. And you know, they've taken the time to, you know, to learn and, you know, about you know, the benefits and how to present the program. And you know, if you know your stuff, it really is a kind of a no-brainer to sell the employer on. Bottom line, less, you know, cost less for the group, you know, for the company, cost less for the employees. The employees' families now have coverage. It really is a no-brainer once the employer, you know, sees the light. And you know, very often, you know, we know we have what employers need. It's just a matter of getting in front of the employers to be able to tell the story, and that's kind of where we come in.
And you know, I would just like to reiterate, Sherry and I have worked hard to make presentations and to get you guys connected with Task, which is our third-party administrator that we partner up with, that you know, also helps in this way. So we have a very solid presentation, very solid training, very solid everything on this topic. So if you're interested in it, certainly happy to help you. And then, you know, this talks about the payment options, but you'll be working directly with HCP, and we've pre-purchased appointments for you. So the great thing is you don't have to purchase them yourselves. We've already purchased them. You can use your lead credits if you have them. And we've already talked about this stuff. definitely feel free to go check out the insurancesalessolutions.com/AHCP. Again, this will be available to everyone. We are basically out of time. We don't want to keep anyone hostage for any longer. Steve, would you mind just coming back on and saying a few final words before we end the call?
Sure, happy to. First of all, thanks for putting together a great meeting, Carolyn. I think what's pretty remarkable here is that Carolyn is always looking for ways to help you run your business more soundly, more efficiently. I've been in your shoes. I know what it's like to be on the run all the time. If you could depend on some of these programs to help you run a more effective business, I think you'll find that you're going to spend more time doing the things you need to make money, as opposed to spinning your wheels on the drudgery of managing a business. So I want to thank Carolyn, but more importantly, I really want to wish you all the best. As I said, please don't ever hesitate to reach out to me. I'm excited to work with you and excited to hear about your suggestions for going forward, and wish you well.
All right, thank you for everybody that came on and participated, and everybody make it a great day today.